Hello YouTube, let's learn about Bootstrap for list groups, and they are extremely simple to understand. So let's just go to our source code, and we have a couple of breaks here to push things from container down there, and let's create a bunch of lists. So we are not talking about links, about hrefs, we're talking about just primary basic lists. And UL, unordered list general class, must be list group. Okay, so that's the one thing that you must type. Now for individual things, for LIs, you must also apply class here, which will be will list group item. So don't curse me for this amount of typing. That's just Bootstrap 4 thing. List group for general thing, general class, and then individual list group item classes. Okay, so this will be like a template for us, and let's push it down there, and let's call it first and second and third. And let's see what kind of mess we have right now on our page. Okay, cool. So this is classical, the most primitive but still successful linked list. Lists. So here's the question: how to create in correct way lists of actual links? So this is just basic stuff. See, we cannot click, we are using LIs, but we need now to turn this into hrefs. Okay, so let's delete this completely because I don't want to confuse us, and we'll use div because we are creating some kind of I don't know, sidebar here for some of your website if you are going to create some tutorials on your own or whatever you want to do. So list group and href with some abstract website here, and then class must be list group item. But check this madness, you also need to type list group item active. Okay, so don't curse me for this amount of typing. Sorry, not active but action, right? And let's use that as a template all over again. For example, okay, so this will be like link 1, or let's use the term here posts. So we're like kind of creating some content management system, and we are pulling the number of posts from posts from categories. I don't know, who cares? So posts A, and okay, let's copy paste that down there and down there. This will be C and this will be B. So let's see what we have basically, or just a second, post from and from and from. Yeah, maybe that will look nicer, I don't know, who cares? So refresh, and now not just that that you have these working as links, obviously you also have that default hovering effect. So some people will say, well, you know, is there any way to apply contextual colors on those? Well, of course it is, but we have two ways, the funny way and normal way. The funny way will be, you just say, okay, like you just say here BG, for example, success, and guess what, that will work. Okay, see, it will work, but that's not the right way for doing things. And now you will say, well, what's the right way? The right way is to type again list group item and then contextual color, and then you will see the difference. Now see, this was not correct way, and when I refresh, then this is correct way. Okay, so it's some variation of green, blue, I don't know, whatever it is. But just remember, then there is no point in typing here BG success or BG warning, because when you're using list group primary, then you need to use list groups all secondary, backup, subclasses, whatever you want to call them. Okay, so don't combine things, because you don't need to do this combination, weird combination, like general contextual color when you have individual contextual color for individual component in Bootstrap. So that's the general story. Yet another thing. Let's just go to default. Okay, so what if for some interesting reason you want to say here BG success? Okay, let's see what will happen. So see the difference? See this little green dot here? I mean radius. So let's just zoom it. Okay, see? The thing is green. So that's kind of ugly and totally unusable. You don't want to do that probably. Okay, and what will happen if you here type list group item success for some reason? I mean, you're experimenting, so will that work? No, it will not work. Why? Because this thing is for items and not for general containers, right? Okay, cool. So, next question. What if you wanna some individual thing here to look it's activated? Like end user is on your page and in a sidebar you must state that the person is there because it's easier for navigation. So of course you will just type active here. Active, and refresh, and there you go. Really cool, nice, time-saving stuff. You don't need to mess around with custom CSS if you don't have to. I mean, it's a better idea, well, at least in my mind, to focus yourself on a business model or on backend when you have these Bootstrap 4 things set up for other people. I mean, other people set it for you so you can use it. Yeah, that's the correct way of thinking. Right. Now let's, for example, disable both B and C. Can we do that? Yep. So disabled and disabled, and let's refresh our page. And now you will see, well, there is no difference. Well, there is a difference. See, for the first thing, you can hover it and something change, but for B and C, nothing happens, right? But what will happen if, for example, you combine in this disabled state individual contextual backgrounds? Let me just play around with that a little bit. So, list group item success. Okay, refresh and nothing happens, and I typed everything correctly here, I think. But when you go to default, you will see the result. Okay, and when you type active here, will that be any different? Okay, let's see. So it is different. So little subtle things and combinations matter here, right? And this is kind of nice. So let's just transfer this to info, or no, primary. Maybe that will look even nicer, I don't know. So yeah, that's kind of cool. Cool stuff, you can play around. So let's go to something interesting here. Just let me clean this source a little bit. Now, how to turn this vertical kind of sidebar into horizontal navigation with in a really short way. You just need to type here list group horizontal on a general div, and save and refresh, and there you go. That's kind of nice. Now, is there anything here that I want to tell you more about? Okay, let me see. Oh yeah, so how to turn how to combine these with badges, links with badges. Okay, let's go to default vertical kind of sidebar. Let me test that if everything is fine. Okay, so let's turn this into kind of posts from categories, and here you will have that badge with number of posts. Yeah, so that's the general idea. Okay, so we will need a little bit of space here, and actual span, I mean badge, will go here. So span class, that will be badge, what? Badge and badge again, pill for example, and the color can be primary, and then we need to close our badge, and let's put the number of posts, for example 15, and let's also do that for other links here in a split of a second. So let's push that down there. You don't need to do this, basically we're just practicing, you know, so it's totally up to you. And you have these examples from this my tutorial. You can just pause it or you can grab it from all over the place on internet. So let me just push that down there, and let's see what kind of results we have now. Okay, so we have pill. That's cool, but it's not on the right side. So here's the question: what you need and where to add to push these badges up the right side. And the thing is that up here for general href, for example, here you need to type deflex. Don't try to memorize these things. Again, you just have that on Bootstrap documentation and on internet, right? So deflex and couple of more things. Justify content in between. And now let's see what will happen. Okay, when I refresh, the thing goes to right, but this is kinda ugly. Let me just zoom. See, the 15, the number is totally up, I mean totally up in a badge at the top. That's ugly. Let's change that, because there is a way to change that. Okay, we can leave it at this zoom level. So the thing is that you need to type again align well items center. Okay, and refresh, and there you go. It's a little nicer. So let's do the same thing for all other hrefs here. Deflex, reflex, whatever. Bottom line here. First, if you're creating this, if you're repeating me, emulating me, whatever, just first fire up these list group thingies. List group plus list group item action and all other list group stuff, and then when you're done with that, then go with the badge, then go with the 50% of these href source dedicated to deflect, justify, align, and so on, blah blah blah. So first set everything correctly with these basic like groups dedicated for list group, I mean classes, and then mess around with badges and positioning and how beautify it is. First create it to be in working order and then beautify it. Well, at least that's how I think. Maybe you like beautiful things that doesn't work. I don't know. I mean, it depends, you know. Sometimes you're just practicing, messing around, something like that. So who cares? Yep. So let's refresh, but zoom to 100%. Refresh, and that's kind of cool. And can we use here, yeah, some other color? I don't know, maybe it will look more nicer, like danger or warning. I don't know. Yeah, that's cool. Okay, I think 15 minutes, damn it. Not again, long tutorial. Anyway, I'm going shut up, render. Thank you for watching, for subscription, for support, for sharing on social networks, and see you next tutorial.